Big news coming in pertaining to the actor Sharmiela Mandre accident case. We have more details emerging in the actor Sharmiela Mandre accident case. Police say 5 people were present in the car during the accident. Cops have recorded statements of 4 persons at this point in time. So there you have it. It was indeed a packed car that you're talking about. 5 people in this car, and statements of 4 persons have already been recorded. And what stands out is that all 4 narrations differ from each other. So obviously, there's a lot more than what meets the eye. There seems to be quite a bit of lying that is going on. Obviously, the cops have also smelled something fishy, something amiss in Mandre and company's claims. Cops at this point in time are gathering call details of those who attended the party amidst lockdown. Sharmiela Mandre got into an accident early Saturday. Speculations at this point in time are rife that Mandre was partying, defying lockdown orders. While the actor herself has constantly maintained that she was not partying, she had gone out with her friends to purchase some medical supplies as she wasn't feeling well. It has now come to light that indeed there was a party going on, and it looks like the cops are also onto something. They're trying to get details from the people who had in fact attended this party as to what exactly happened. They're also trying to trace call details of those who were with actor Sharmiela Mandre. So 5 people in the car, and 4 of them have been interrogated, and all of their versions are different as to what really transpired Saturday, wee hours of Saturday, this little joyride that you're talking about. Well, it is indeed quite a case that the cops have on their hand to deal with this particular situation as to what really transpired, what was the reason behind the actor's little joyride that you're talking about. For more on this, I'm in fact being joined in by my colleague Ashish live from the newsroom. Ashish, as the days go by, it only looks like things are getting murkier. At one point in time, it is almost believed that the actor did not go out partying. She only went out to buy medicines. But now it looks like the cops are on to something. What are the fresh details coming forth?
Well, absolutely, Adarsh. As of now, details are not yet completely out. Of course, we only have the statements that are being given out by people who are being questioned by the cops. So clearly, all of the statements have been recorded. Now we have 4 statements by 4 different people who were involved in this entire fiasco, and all 4 narrations, as per our sources, are different. Now this has raised eyebrows, and either one of those narrations, either one of those stories is true, or none of them are true. So what exactly is the reality is something that the cops will be investigating further. But having said that, this is something that has now clearly raised eyebrows, because people, in fact, cops especially thought that, okay, they knew exactly what was happening and they knew who the culprits were. And now with the interrogation, it has added to the mix, and it has made the case even more confusing. So what exactly the cops will be doing is they will now be actually talking to other people who are present at the party. They'll be tracing more people, they'll be questioning more people, and they'll try to derive a conclusion. They'll try to get a common ground and make sure that they find out the actual version, because clearly all of these 4 people now are giving different versions. So the cops will only have to now carry out stringent investigation in order to make sure that the actual version is out, because clearly these people will carry on with these versions and make sure that the investigation is misled to of course escape the long hands of law. But the cops will now have to really narrow down the one single story that actually fits matches the reality, and they'll have to actually make sure that they actually get a grasp of what exactly happened that night. Because clearly you have Sharmiela Mandre giving one statement, you have the driver giving another statement, you have the friend giving another statement. So all of these differ from one another, and the cops are not puzzled, but having said that, they have raised eyebrows at the moment, because they clearly did not expect it to go this way, because the version that we were getting earlier on was something that was completely different. Now these 4 new versions have cropped up. So which one is true will only be revealed through the course of investigation, Adarsh.
Well, Ashish, in fact, looking back at the incident itself, at such a crucial juncture when actors are supposed to really set precedents, set an example for the common man to follow. Here you have an actor not just probably potentially lying about what she was doing. She probably broke, in fact not probably, she did break the lockdown rule. She was going out and she was also partying. So where's the alcohol coming from? There are several questions that really arise as to the conduct of this actor itself during such testing times. So you could speak to us about that, right from the fact that she's potentially lying to the fact that she partied with her friends, and what about the alcohol? Where did that come from? So trying to escape the long arm of the law, doesn't it look like, Ashish?
Main case, which is the defiance of lockdown, has many secondary and tertiary issues connected to it. Where did they get the alcohol from? How were they allowed to party? How did they get the vehicle? Where did they get the vehicle pass from? Because of course you have barricading as per what the police claims. You have barricading which are being set up all across the city. So how did they get through that? How did they actually roam around the entire city? So all of these questions can be considered as secondary and tertiary angles to the case. But the primary one is, how did these people actually get into partying? How did these people actually manage to procure alcohol and also start partying? Because remember, like you rightly asked me just now, where did these people do all of this from? While on one hand you have several celebrities actually talking about importance of lockdowns and all of that, and you'd be surprised to know that Sharmiela Mandre was one of the first celebrities from Bangalore who had actually tweeted out, who had actually spread a message of people actually staying indoors on social media ever since the lockdown began. So a person like that who was actually actively asking other people to maintain social distancing, to follow lockdown, this sort of a person actually ended up defying lockdown. Of course there might be now explanations, there might be several other reasons, but the fact that she did come outside, there was alcohol involved, there was partying involved, and all of those things involved clearly prove that people need to be more careful, especially people who are in the public space, because these are people that their fans, their followers, their admirers actually look up to. And if these people are caught doing all of this, then it does not set the right example for a lot of young kids who actually watch these people and idolize them. So clearly it goes on to show that as of now, these people, especially people who are in the public space, who people look up to, need to really behave responsibly, need to be very aware of what kind of a message they're exactly sending out, because these sort of incidents actually even provoke young kids, even provoke their fans and followers to take the lockdown lightly, and they'll probably be going out partying as well, given the fact that their favorite celebrity is doing so. So like you rightly said, it is a very crucial point in time, and it is a very crucial juncture for not just these people but also for the country. So stars, celebrities, whatever you call them, these people need to behave responsibly and make sure they're sending out the right message to people who blindly idolize them, because these are the people who was most susceptible to all of these changes, or all of these easy influence. So it could be more dangerous for a lot of people out there.